Aloha, it is I, right back, doing this Iyanla video that I forgot to do because didn't nothing happen. Basically, it's the tale of 7 girls and them, or 6 girls and their mother, and basically 5 of the 6 girls hate their mother, and then the baby girl just has a great, fantastic relationship and loves her mother to death. So I didn't gather all of their names because again, it wasn't a lot going on. I wasn't paying too much attention, but the mother's name is Alicia. Shay is the oldest sister. I believe Keisha is the second sister. Precious is the third sister. Precious was given up for adoption. Bianca falls in there somewhere, and she was also given up. And then Markel is the baby. And I'm missing somebody, but, you know, I'll get that next week, I guess. But Shay, you know, is the oldest, and she's got a lot of disrespect issues going on. Keisha, I think Keisha's the one that called Iyanla. She's the one trying to keep the peace and all of that. Precious, that baby she is sad. She is going through, she, you know, has been shook her whole life about her mother giving her up. And, you know, she wants to get to the bottom of this. And Markel, she's 25, and she just got out of prison. She's been in there for 6 years, the last 6 years. And I'm just like, that's half of your life right there. But Markel, she seemed to be like the most eloquent of the girls. I mean, she was the most, she spoke the most clearly and precise. She was just kind of like the smart one. And I'm like, how the smart one been in jail all this time? But whatever. Basically, they hate their mama, except the baby. And the baby girl keeps butting in while Iyanla's talking to the sisters, and she's asking Shay, you know, what do you want from your mother? And Shay gives, I don't want nothing from my mother. You know, and Iyanla's like, that's not going to work out for you. And then Markel keeps trying to, you know, butt in or whatever. And Iyanla's like, you're the baby. You should be the last one to speak. And I agree and disagree because she's grown. I mean, she's 25 years old. If she got something to say, I feel like she should be able to say it. But I understood what Iyanla was talking about as far as the hierarchy. You know, Shay's the oldest sister. She goes, and then she sets the example, and then the girls follow that. And then Keisha, you know, she represents Shay, but also she sets the example for Precious, and the rest of the girls follow that, and all of that. It was cute. And then we get into, you know, Alicia's mom. Alicia's their mom. Alicia wasn't raised by her mom, and then Alicia's mom wasn't raised by her mom. So there's just like this kind of cycle, this pattern, whatever. Precious has had 7 children, and Alicia had 6, and Alicia's mom had 6. So they're just, you know, Iyanla's like, y'all are just repeating the cycle, and that's not a good thing, and all of that. And then Iyanla takes them outside to play, and they're, you know, switch side. Everybody starts on one side of a line, and she's giving switch sides if you've ever, you know, high-fived on a Tuesday, and they switch sides. And then switch sides if you've ever eaten a burger without fries. It's a wash, Jesus. And then a couple of them switch sides, and then she's giving, okay, shut up, Jesus. And she's giving switch sides if you've ever felt hurt, and they switch sides if you've ever felt abandoned, and they switch. And I'm like, this took a turn. And while they're playing, the mama pops up, and whatever, they hugging, and, you know, then while Shay is hugging, the sister, I didn't catch her name, but that sister, she's like, look at Shay hug, look at her hug. And all of a sudden, Shay goes off. Mind your business. Dang, if you would just mind your business and stay out of my bed and be, and calling the girl a bee and a hoe. And I'm just like, I had to rewind it because I didn't know what had happened. And when I rewound it, it still didn't make sense. And I'm asking my mama, like, am I tripping? Or did that just not make sense? And my mama, like, it just kind of didn't make sense. It was crazy. But anyway, they talk to the mama, or Iyanla talks to the mama, and she's like, why did you give up Precious? And Alicia says, I didn't want to be hindered by another child. And Iyanla's like, you didn't tell her that, did you? And she's like, yeah, I told her exactly that. She's like, that's not good. Alicia's like, but it's the truth. And I'm like, Lord, y'all done ruined Precious. She just, too much. And then we find out that Alicia, the mother, was molested by a family member, but it looks like the family member that she was molested by, she gave Precious either to that family member or to somebody that's close with that family member. And then she was like, you know, does Precious know? And she's like, no, she doesn't know, but she's real close with that family member. And I'm like, you just traded yourself out, your daughter, for yourself, or what is this? My spirit, it didn't click well with my spirit. And yeah, basically that's what happened. It wasn't a whole lot, but that's it. I'm gonna pop back in next week and try to get it to you. Yeah, whatever. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I don't have time to do the next one, so I'm gonna have to do it on my drive home in a couple hours. So, you know, all the information, description, Matea's GoFundMe, as always, is in that description. And yeah, I'll be back for the Real Housewives of Atlanta in a little bit.